Hey, it's Mike Weaver from Big Daddy Weave, and you're listening to Dispatch Radio.
All right, well, I have a great guest back with us, folks. I am just a huge fan and a bigger fan now that I've seen them at Winter Jam Live. It was a great interview we had before. They are ready to head out west and jump right back onto the west coast part of the tour with Family Force 5 and Skillet and Jamie Grace, and just an amazing tour, just 10 acts. And Derek Mount, a.k.a. Chapstick, is with us. Derek, how are you, my friend?
Whew, I'm doing awesome, man. I'm just outside of our first show of the tour Stand Still here in Vienna, Virginia, and just excited, feeling good.
That's it. It's kicking it off tonight. It's definitely keep you guys busy in between the Winter Jam shows. So tell us a little bit about the show tonight.
Oh, well, we're out with this great band that we met on our last tour called Warped Tour. They're called Born Cages, and really nice dudes, great band, and it's going to be a fun tour. We got a couple weeks, and the day we get done, we head over to the first Winter Jam date. So we will be very busy, and man, it's just going to be awesome. We're really excited. We haven't played. This is kind of like a fun little intimate club tour that playing a lot of venues that we did several years ago, and just kind of doing something different to change up the pace. So it's very exciting and refreshing.
Folks, you don't want to miss the Winter Jam tour. It was such a great experience. I know last time we talked to Derek, we talked a lot about the different genres that are represented, the different things that are there, and it was just an amazing thing. And let me tell you what, bro, you're not a heavy fellow like me, and now I know why. Because you guys burn a lot of calories during that set, and that's a short set.
That's really funny. Well, I think people make fun of me a little bit. I get really into fitness, and I like to eat my kale, and I just ate a sweet potato before our call, but you're right. We like to run around on stage and definitely go nuts and go bonkers. And even at the end of that, that short little Winter Jam set, we're definitely pretty sweaty, pretty spent. So you could tell by our the scent of our wardrobe that we work hard.
The scent of our wardrobe, that's fantastic. I think the boys will be happy with that adjective. And folks, let me tell you what, I don't care if you're going just because you're a fan of, I don't know, OBB or Skillet or whatever, you don't want to miss the set. I had not seen them live. My kids are massive fans. I got a whole list of questions. My kids are texting, blowing up my phone, knowing I'm going to talk to Derek again. They got a chance to meet him at Winter Jam, and we were there. We had a great chance to see him face-to-face. I think it was your wife that we got to meet as well. And just a great group of guys, great, very personable, down to earth, just a great experience. So if you're catching them there live on these shows over the next couple of weeks, if you're catching them at Winter Jam, if you're catching them down the road, I'm telling you what, you're going to be impressed. And Derek, as you're doing this, as you come away with Winter Jam, I know you guys have been out, you've done this, several times, that kind of thing. Is there still just sort of an awe that you have when you got 20,000 people worshiping the different styles of music, just praising and praying, and all these different types of ministries that are being exposed, all these different things that are happening?
Absolutely, yeah. Anytime you get to stand in front of any person who cares and is here to listen and here to worship, it's a profound experience. We're sharing something very personal and important to us, and at times silly and fun, but like you mentioned, just watching, for me, it's really encouraging just to go around the entire U.S. and see this many different people worshiping in their own way, obviously different ways, like we mentioned, with tons of different genres and different ministries and organizations, and just it's really therapeutic. It's really life-giving to kind of see this many people uniting for a pretty powerful cause, and it really is. We get to the blessing of being able to play a lot of different types of shows, and there's just something pretty magical about Winter Jam.
Well, they're teasing me. I know you can't. This is not a video feed, folks, but they're teasing me because I knew that his nickname is Chapstick, and I don't know why that's funny, but I know these things, and I know it because I'm a fan, not because I have notes. And my notes are all these little scratch. Now I have notes that I'm completely ignoring. I'm completely ignoring all these notes. I know the album is called Time Stand Still. Go buy it if you haven't already. If you can't, you'll get it at Winter Jam. That's how this works, folks. There's nothing else that needs to be said. We've covered all that before. So the kids have all these questions, and I know a lot of the answers, but I guess I will run through a couple of them quickly. And nothing was as great as the fact that you guys came out before the show, answered questions, and you got to cover the origins of chainsaw a little bit, and then teach everyone how to do it. So when it actually played live, there were 1,000 people doing it. It was amazing. So give everybody a heads up on how does chainsaw come into being. You know, how does that even start?
Oh man, well, it's a very deep song, kind of based on this psalm that we wrote.
It's an intellectual metaphor.
Yeah. No, I will say that we do have some very, very spiritual connotations in a lot of our songs, but not in this one. There's no disguising that this is just a fun dance. And the chainsaw is about the easiest dance move one can do, which I'm very thankful for, because Crouton, our lead singer, he can dance. That dude's amazing. But I'm not quite at that level, so I was really thankful that when we were doing the dance for the video, it wasn't anything too complex. But it's a fun song, man. We've had so many, just like people send us videos of like their 3-year-old doing the dance and just going nuts, or even conversely, like 70-year-olds who are just like, I love this, and man, it's just it's a party. We got to dress up like lumberjacks and go out in the redwood forest, and had an amazing time shooting that video. But like you said, I know it sounds hokey, but there is something kind of powerful about that many people doing something in unison, in a choreographed kind of way. And basically, we call our elbows bows, because that's what people in Atlanta do. And you put your bows on your knees, and then you just pretend you're cranking a chainsaw. And it's a pretty easy dance. One of the coolest things about that, I will say, though, is that we were on a flight to Australia, and I saw our tour manager talking to this guy, and kind of asked him afterwards. I was like, well, what was going on there? And he said that he walked up to this guy, and he was like, hey, are you by chance the CEO of a company? And the guy was like, yeah, I am. He was like, is it the Campgrounds of America? And the guy was like, yeah, how'd you know this? He's like, I just saw you on Undercover Boss. And the guy was like, oh, cool. And so our tour manager, who loves Undercover Boss, met the CEO of KOA, and he came up to to the band afterward and was like, hey, if there's ever anything I can do to help you guys, let me know. And ironically, we were like, yes, we're trying to shoot a video for this chainsaw thing, and we need a place to shoot it. And so he let us stay at the campground in the redwood forest and gave us chainsaws, and it was awesome. It was just an amazing, hilarious story. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And yes, no matter who you are, you can chainsaw, folks. And it's okay to have fun, Christians, especially you Baptists. Listen up, pay attention closely. It's okay. It's okay. I said that, not Derek Mount. Don't take it out on Family Force 5. That's all me. You can send your hate letters to theglobaldispatch@gmail.com. So, Derek, it is obviously, your fans know, obviously you make a crouton reference, and they don't quite know that's Jacob. And, I don't know how Fatty lives with his name and doesn't want a different nickname, because I'm personally fat, and I'm not sure I want to be nicknamed Fatty. I mean, come up with something else, guys. So, at least answer for the girls or some of the folks that don't know, like how on earth do some of the nicknames come into being, and particularly how did Chapstick stick for you?
Well, again, it kind of goes back to our ATL roots. Atlanta was a big home of hip hop, and when we first started, we were playing shows, and we were like, man, Andre, 5,000 and 3,000, or Big Boy, or Little John and 50 Cent, like, they got these cool names, and we're just like, how come Derek and Nate and Jacob just don't sound nearly as cool? So as a joke, we kind of did these names, like thinking it would be a short-term thing, and then we'd be at, like, Guitar Center, and kids were like, hey, look, there's Fatty! And they kind of stuck. Like, honestly, to be serious, like, we didn't think it was a thing that was going to last, but it did. And to answer the second part of your question, mine was originally Laser Show, actually, because there's this thing in Stone Mountain, Georgia, where they have a laser show, and all these rednecks start crying and talking about, the South's going to rise again, and they play Proud to Be an American. And
I've been there.
Thought it was fun.
The disturbing part is how accurately he's describing the sea of pickup trucks and the emotional thing. That's so fantastically accurate. It's almost disturbing. Oh.
I just thought it'd be a great name, and what the funniest thing to me was that our record label called, and they were like, guys, look, we had a big meeting, and the marketing teams, we're just not sure that this laser show thing's going to work. And I was cracking up. I was like, y'all had a meeting about laser show? Like, yeah, just tell me, we could change the name. So I'm addicted to lip balms, and the guys in the band were like, you got to be Chapstick, man. So I wanted a cooler name, but, that's kind of how it went.
Well, at least it didn't come along later. You would have been Kale, obviously. So,
That's a good point.
The 2016 names get revamped, and Derek Mount will be Kale. Just so we're clear.
And that people would just think that's my normal name. There are people named Kale, right?
Yeah, they won't even know. There won't even be a flinch from your fans. So, folks, it's jamtour.com, and you definitely need to get tickets when they head out west. If you're catching one of their shows over the next couple of weeks, you will not be disappointed. Family Force 5 is a high energy, a lot of fun. It doesn't matter if you know the songs; you'll just jump right in and. You don't want to go away. This is not the time to go walking the breezeways and looking for CDs from the OBB or Loving the Outcome. You'll get that later, or you already do that ahead of time. Plan accordingly, and it is a great time. And Derek, what else do you do in your downtime? I know you guys are just running full speed right now. All these opportunities are laying out in front of you. I don't blame you. Got to pay the bills, brother. But at the same time, how do you decompress? How do you kind of keep family time and all that other stuff's a priority for you?
Great question. Yeah, I am embarrassed to admit how much I love music. In my free time from work, I'm usually making more music. I like to score film projects and TV projects, so I've gotten to work on some really cool movies, and like recently a cartoon that I really enjoyed, and so that's fun. I also, but I really, really love football, particularly college football. That's kind of where, if I get a chance to break away, that's my guilty pleasure. And the Georgia Bulldogs are my team. So it's been a tough year, a really tough year, but we're kind of used to that. We always get overhyped and have all these great players and underperform. But I don't know. I never in my life, I don't think I've ever been bored. Whenever I have free time, there's always music to be made or songs to play on guitar or guitar lessons to teach. I teach on Skype, and I don't know, there's just a lot of fun things to do out there, especially when you like music.
Family Force 5, folks. Great stuff. Derek Mount with us again, and it's been a great time getting to know him even more, and it's a great show. You don't want to miss it if you're catching one of the local shows. We'll link to some of those tour dates from their website, as well as jamtour.com. Get your tickets, 10 bands, $10, and you will not be disappointed. A great lineup. I don't even know how they have this hierarchy, but OBB at the bottom ain't right, man. We love those guys, and it's a killer,
I agree with that.
Killer lineup. So I'm not sure how they come to this. They had new songs just playing games. I don't know. It's all right. It's worth it in the end. So, Derek, we can't wait to catch you in Florida again, my friend. Look us up if you head this way, and we love you guys. Be praying for you. Just take care of yourself. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate the support, and we're looking forward to hopefully seeing you too. So thanks again.